Getting back in the swing of making weeknight meals? If you are, you will love this south of the border comfort food. Today, Cy Foster is sharing her recipe for Chile Verde, and anyone who walks in the studio, yes, they're smelling yummy soaps. We appreciate that as well from our last interview, but they're also smelling this yummy aroma coming from the kitchen. This would send the dinner crowd running.
I know. Doesn't it smell so good?
It's amazing.
It's just, it is just such a delicious dish. You're going to love this. Okay.
What makes it unique?
Well, we made this in the Instant Pot, which I think totally changes everything. So, do you have an Instant Pot yet?
No, but everyone's buzzing about the darn Instant Pot.
You have to get one, Brooke.
Yeah? Do you use it a lot?
I use it at least once a week.
Really?
Yes, it's so awesome. And I think the more you use it, the more you become addicted to it, and you don't want to cook any other way.
So comparable to the crock pot or no? Okay,
it's totally different because you're cooking with really high pressure, and the time is shorter and high heat. So it's a plug-in, you know, it's a plug-in device. And it's taking dishes that used to take 6 to 8 to 10 hours in the crock pot, and you can do them in an hour or less.
So if you didn't think in the morning to set it and forget it, you can still pull dinner together in a matter of 60 minutes.
You can start dinner at 5 o'clock and have it ready at between 6 and 6:30.
I guess I do need one of these.
It's so awesome.
I guess I do.
You're gonna love it. Okay. So this dish is Chile Verde, and this recipe, you can do this with, the nice thing about the Instant Pot is you can use a leaner cut of meat and get away with cooking for less time, where normally you have to, you know, really cook low and slow, and same with even the fatty cuts of meat. So this one I used a Boston butt, but you can use a pork loin or a pork tenderloin roast and cut it up, and you get a leaner meat. But the one difference is if you use something like a Boston butt or a shoulder, you're going to get a way better flavor in the meat. You'll be able to taste the difference.
You can tell.
Yeah. So there are a few different tips with using the Instant Pot and with this recipe. So on the recipe, I talk about roasting the vegetables. These I did yesterday on a grill outside, but you can also do this in your oven on a broiler, or if you don't have time, I made this a couple of weeks ago, you don't have to roast the vegetables. There will be a little bit of a difference in the flavor. It just is not quite as, you don't get the really deep roasted flavor of the vegetables if you don't roast them, of course. I've even used canned in a pinch. One time I went to get tomatillos and they were all mushy.
Hear you say that.
Yeah, I mean, I went to get tomatillos once at the store and all of them were mushy and kind of moldy. So I just bought canned and drained the juice off, and it was fine.
So tomatillos, what other vegetables
So this is a tomatillo, you know, it's a little tomato-like green, you know, vegetable that you find in the store, and you just want to look for something that's really firm. Okay. And then you pull this off, and it kind of has an oily feel to it. Okay. So, and they'll be a little bit dirty, so you have to wash them off. Okay. But these I just roasted. I roasted all of these vegetables. So we've got tomatillos, we've got garlic, onions, which you could also roast, but I don't for this, the jalapeno. Okay. And when you do the jalapeno, you have to be careful because they're, you know, really hot. So if you want it to not be too spicy, you just strip the seeds out. And the same with, these are Anaheims, which are really mild, big, you know, chili pepper. And these are just roasted. I slice them in half and I just roast them. Okay. And
no need to seed that at all. That just is as it is.
No, I don't. I take some of the seeds out of this because it's really seedy on the inside as well. Okay. And you don't want to seed the tomatillos at all, and they are very seedy. So I kind of feel like you want to get some of the seeds out. Okay. But these are a little bit spicy, but not too. Okay. So in here, in the Instant Pot, we've already browned the meat and then added some flour to it.
You browned it on your stovetop?
No, right in the pot. It has a saute mode, which I use, and then we go ahead and brown that in a little bit of olive oil and add some flour to help thicken the sauce when it's done. Okay, so we've got that done, and if you want to dump in, this is just the onion and the roasted tomatillos, which you don't have to chop. They will, you know, just
spread apart.
Right, when they're being roasted. Okay. And then these are the roasted Anaheims. We'll just go ahead and
My husband would die a happy man if I made this for him on a weeknight.
This is so simple, Brooke, really. I did this last night, this pot, in start to finish like an hour and a half, and most of that time was just cook time. Okay. So you've got this all, you mix it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna pour in some broth, and I like to use, I think beef broth gives it a little bit better color. Okay. Oh, and I forgot put, oh, whoops, hopefully I didn't get you there.
Yeah,
I like the fresh lime on top of the meat because I think it adds a little bit of tang along with the tomatillos.
Okay.
And it's just, you can really taste this when it's done. So
much
I love
flavor
that.
in one little pot.
It is just delicious. Okay, and all I've seasoned this with is salt and pepper. That's it.
Okay.
Right. So here's the tip with using this. It has a little rubber seal. You have to make sure that the rubber seal is in place before you put this on. One time I tried to make this. I forgot to put the rubber seal back in, and you will see right away
why that seal is so important.
And then you want to always set this to the sealing position, and then you can hear the little noise.
Yeah.
Right?
It sings
you hear
to
that?
You.
Yes, it does. And then you just set this for the proper time. We take it off of the other mode. When you set it for the proper time, I stated it on the recipe.
Okay.
And then you can hit manual or the meat and stew setting.
How do you know the proper time? Read the recipe, dummy. That's what she said in the nicest way possible.
And then that's it. And then, so one of the other tips is right when you start gathering items in your kitchen, you want to go ahead and plug this in, and I always turn it on saute mode. One of my readers told me to do that because it gets the pot up and running and it's heating. So you're not waiting for it to heat.
Nice.
So yeah,
so you start right when it hits the pan.
And so now you're just going to leave it alone.
How do we serve it once it's done?
Okay, so
an hour later.
Yes, we're going to serve it, and I just did. This is also Instant Pot. This is a brown rice that I did with a little fresh lime and cilantro on it. And then you can serve this like as a stew, as a soup, inside of, I did it a couple of weeks ago as a topping or a filling for tortillas.
Oh, yum.
And you
so
got
it's versatile, this little recipe.
And then you can put, a little
cheese,
avocado on top.
I'll be trying this. Thank you so much.
It is so yummy. And then, that's dinner.
Can we look for more Instant Pot recipes on your website?
Yes, I have a bunch up. And I've got several more that are coming. So,
and that's very good.
Isn't it so good?
That's really good.
And you can make it as hot or as mild as you want.
Not too spicy.
So, no.
And I'm a mild girl.
Yeah.
Love it.
So,
all right.
Really simple.
Don't talk with your mouth full, as my mom always said. We'll link you over to Sai's recipe Sai's website rather, on our website, studio5.ksl.com. That's where you'll also find a specific link to the Chile Verde, the Instapot Chile Verde. Just click on the recipe tab.